That's when it just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over.
I didn't even know that was coming. English major. Marshawn Lynch, I was going to say. Marshawn Lynch. They call this country racist. That guy isn't fit to be a janitor in any other country. Here he's a zillionaire doing fucking Cheetos commercials, and so I don't want to hear it. Oh, I don't want to hear it. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you about these black athletes. They're making a lot of money. More than the Jews. Let me show you something. That's saying something about them, you know, them Jews. How are you, folks? That was Nixon if you're 106.
Don't do that.
I won't. I didn't know this was real wood, this desk. I thought it was balsa, like the rest of the shit in here. How are you, folks? Thursday, as we call it, last day of the week. For this show, at least. Oh, fucking socks. Let me give you an update for you people. I do this like the torch leap. They get up to a 6-0 lead by like the 5th inning last night against Toronto. So I switched to hockey. I go, I'll come back to Red Sox at the end. I watch like 2 hockey games, jump back. It's still 6-0, and I go, let me fast forward to make sure they won this thing. I hit the fast forward button about 3 seconds. A guy hits a 3-run homer. No, 2-run homer. Fast forward. Somebody gets they get another run, 6-3 now. Then somebody gets up for Toronto, 3-run blast, goes into extra innings, Sox lose. They wasted a great pitching performance by Lucas, Giolito, I think it's Lucas, who hadn't pitched in 2 years, and he was throwing a shutout. And can you fucking imagine? You can't sleep on Toronto, but they've lost 8 out of 9, Toronto. And they have these guys that can smoke it. I can't believe Guerrero, how thin he is now. Do you guys remember Guerrero Sr., you know, Vladdy, how fat he was when he came into the league? He's got to be Ozempic in the shit out. He looks great. And he's always smiling, and I wonder why. Well, he's got 544 million reasons why. That's $500 million, folks. I'll say it again. Oh, that's Canada. Can you imagine? And he's playing baseball. That's like Tiger Woods money. And he's good, but come on. Yeah. He's not friggin' Ohtani. What the fuck? Anyhow, I should have stuck with it. I'll tell you, I could really hit a baseball right back to the pitcher, slam my bat down, not even run it out. I told you, I think I mentioned it yesterday, my guidance counselor was the umpire, and he fucking called me out on a low strike. I go, for fuck's sake! He goes, Nick. All right, enough about that. Hockey, tremendous. Ovechkin gets another goal. I mean, unbelievable. Who won last night? Florida. Brad Marchand, the Bruins, we're heartbroken. He was our captain. Played for 16 seasons for the Bees. We traded him. We blew up the team. And let me tell you something. They couldn't have sent him to a better team. Because that team is filled with punks. I mean, talented punks. And he fits right the fuck in. Last night, and I'm not just saying this because he was the best player on the ice last night. And I said it the game before. He was setting people up. Nobody was finishing. But last night, he set up like the tying goal or the one that put him 2 ahead. He had like 2 or 3 assists. He was all over the place. It's just fun to watch. I wish I could anyways, go watch hoops. Let's get to it. Let's get on with the show. Oh, what we got here? What did that be? Oh!
He's looking at you, kid.
Let me tell you something.
Looking at you, kid.
You're lying if you wouldn't hit that. You're lying. She had baby's legs, but an adult woman's ass and adult titties. Always reminds me of Dave Attell's joke. Something, working at McDonald's. I want to fuck the girl on the French fry machine. Well, she's a little bit slow. Yeah, but them titties ain't slow. Something like that. I hope I did. I thought I'd give you that as a treat.
Delicious.
Absolutely. And like I said, it would make my dick look bigger. I wouldn't even fuck her. I'd just keep putting her next to my dick and go, look, it's half her body. Then I'd do this. You get her on there. You do those helicopter and she takes off. Remember those things as a kid? Come on, folks. Have fun. That's what dwarfs are for. Jerry Stiller, King of Queens. They did an episode where the hook was sort of, he always quotes great movies, but then this episode, like Carrie, his daughter, was suggesting great movies, and you'd know he'd know them, but he didn't, you know. He goes, what's this one? I picked this one. Something to do about a girl in Kansas, and it has midgets in it. And he goes, if it has midgets, that spells fun. Anyways, Ukraine, I crane, we all crane for cranes. I had no idea I was going with that. I wrote it down anyways. The United States and Ukraine, and you're only going to find this on people that treat the news real. I'm guessing New York Times probably put it right on the same page as the funnies, and CNN probably touched on it at 1 a.m. And the United States and Ukraine announced on Wednesday an economic agreement after weeks-long press by President Donald Trump on Ukraine to compensate Washington for billions in military and economic assistance to help Ukraine repel the Russian invasion. I didn't hear any talk of, hey, you have to pay us back when Biden was in there. And I didn't really think of it myself. I thought it was right? But you got it. That's a loan. We didn't give it to you. So what if, again, you can shit all over Trump you want. He's 10 times smarter than you. Anyways, billions to push back the Russians. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, my brother said this guy knows his shit. He's like a real Wall Street guy. He said this in the video on his X page.
Thanks to President Trump's tireless efforts to secure a lasting peace, I am glad to announce the signing of today's historic economic partnership agreement between the United States and Ukraine, establishing the United States-Ukraine Reconstruction Investment Fund. This partnership allows the United States to invest alongside Ukraine to unlock Ukraine's growth assets, mobilize American talent, capital, and governance standards that will improve Ukraine's investment climate and accelerate Ukraine's economic
recovery. All right, come on, you got to. I can't give you the exact number. You have to cut it where it makes sense.
That's fucking beautiful.
That's a lot of money. Everybody wants the minerals, right? Apparently you make everything with those fuckers. I want to hear Putin's, I suppose today he'll make a statement like, what the fuck you think you're doing? What a great move, though. Yeah. Pay us back and we'll turn your country into a money-making factory. Think Biden could have ever, or anybody that handled Biden could have ever thought of something like that? I'm watching The Five yesterday. I watch it to see if I get jokes on, because Gutfeld uses some of the shit that I write for his show on The Five sometimes. That's why I watch. And this Jessica Tarlov, she's a lefty and born and raised in Manhattan, overly educated. And I like her. She's likable and shit. She represents her side well, but every time after her 5-minute spiel, you're like, okay, but you're fucking wrong on that too. She brings up all specific facts. Everything's a gray area and fuzzy. She had the balls to look in the camera and go, Trump's first 100 days have been maybe the worst in the history of the country. Dead fucking serious. And brought up all this shit you'd only hear on MSNBC at 3 in the fucking morning. Even Jesse Waters goes, I don't know whether to believe you anymore. They work together every day. Just, can you imagine looking in the camera and saying that? It's been a disaster. All this, and then she backs it up with all this shit that nobody cares about. Ugh. Ukraine's economy minister, Yulia Svrendenko. I thought it was a guy till you pull up the picture. I had no idea. I'm going to... in a post on X, celebrated the breakthrough. She said, together with the United States, we are creating the fund that will attract global investment to our country. Yeah, turn it into a fucking This is what Trump could do for a lot of people, and it's what he's going to do. But you jerk-offs on the left, it doesn't happen overnight. You understand? Nothing's more fluid than the goddamn economy, global economy. Things change every time a president farts in Sweden, for fuck's sake. Oh, the left's like, oh, the inflation's up a point every day, or down a half point. Oh, the Dow. Trump said, and by the way, things are just fine right now economically. The two sides offered only bare-bone details about the structure of the deal, but it is expected to give the United States access to its valuable rare minerals in the hopes of ensuring continued American support for Kyiv in its grinding war with Russia. And again, I'm very anxious to hear the reply today from Putin. Because Trump's real. Look, Trump gave Putin a chance. And what did he do? He fucking, one of the worst bombings last week ever in Ukraine. And Trump's like, bad timing. Very disappointed in my friend. So he's trying for best for peace. But you have to be excited if you're a fucking Zelensky. Zelensky would be a fucking hero if this works out. I don't know. I don't have a dog in the fight. Personally, my favorite country is Bolivia. Couldn't find it on a map. It always comes up on Jeopardy, though. Motherfucker. I have to... Oh, this is the guy from Bolivia.
Y'all fat fuck, look at you.
Oh! He's mocking the farmer. Oh, my God. Look, I got a carrot now. He's looking into that camera going, where are you, motherfucker? Look what I'm doing. That made me laugh so fucking hard. They are so cute. He's sitting there with the human hands, by the way. Yeah. Got those fucking creepy hands. Big belly. Looks like a Packers fan. Just replace that with a fucking baby back ribs, that carrot. Oh, my God. I love nature. And when I was a kid, yeah, I could shoot something like that with a BB. I couldn't. Today, I could not. Sebastian Maniscalco has one of the best bits I've ever heard. His dad had a garden, you know, suburbs of Chicago, wherever he's from, had a nice tomato garden and shit. And he calls a family meeting because, I don't know if it was a gopher. A gopher was eating all his, a gopher or whatever, a raccoon, eating all his fucking tomatoes and shit. He calls a family meeting. Sebastian goes, you know, most families, you'd think the dad would go, this is what we're going to do, okay? With a Chicago accent. We're going to catch the thing. We're going to bring it out to the wild, into the woods, and release it nicely. No, this is what my dad says. I'm going to get a piece of bologna, put some fucking Prestone on it. I'm going to murder the motherfucker. That was it's one of my favorite bits. I thought that was so fucking Italian of him. It's like James, the guy that owns Governor's Comedy Club. Love him. He's like a mafioso. Well, he knew the life. Like I say, he grew up in Queens and he knew the fellas and chose to be, you know, whatever. I love him. Fucking only got to stand in front of a, like I said, in front of a comedy club with a $4,000 suit on and all the bling. I'm standing in front of the club with him and his son comes out and there's an awning at the club. And his son goes, Dad, there's a nest of birds up there. He looks at his son, he goes, get the bleach. That is as Italian as it gets. Yeah. My grandfather was the same way. You see a garden snake, he has to fucking cut it in half with a rake. Oh, my God. Fucking make me, get the bleach. I say it on stage anytime I perform there. Somebody starts heckling, I go, James, get the bleach. All right, let's do another story that hits home with me a bit, although I've switched, no Ozempic. I switched to Monjaro. I don't know the difference. Seems more effective according to Charles Barkley. So, yeah. Here we go. Once again. No, they keep putting out these articles, and I've said this on the show before, they're hit pieces. Because like Jenny Craig and all those, their businesses are getting destroyed as soon as Ozempic came out. People are like, I'm not going to eat broccoli and fucking fish for a month. I'm going to take this pill and wake up like a fucking Holocaust victim. Be shredded. So, yeah, here's another article, how dangerous it is.
You fat fuck, look at
What are
you.
you talking about? I dropped 198.4 yesterday. I haven't seen 198, I don't know when. Got to be 25 years in the 190s. Anyways, weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy are sending dozens of dozens? Oh my God. 340 million people, but there's 12. Dozens of Americans to the hospital every day with potentially life-threatening side effects. Diarrhea and fucking bad breath or constipation is life-threatening. What kind of shit do you have? Researchers at the CDC found there was 25,000 visits. Again, that's hardly nothing. Between 2022 and 2020. Fucking hospitals in New York City see 25,000 gunshots in a weekend. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Between 2022 and 20, about 68 per day for symptoms related to semaglutide, the main ingredient in the drugs. The most common complaints were nausea. Oh, God. I get that watching the fucking View. Diarrhea. Oh, no. How is that dangerous? Do you know I'm lactose intolerant? And I don't even take a lactose pill because they're full of shit. No pun intended. I'll eat a block of cheese just because I love cheese so much. And I know I'm going to give birth to triplets in a bathroom in about I still do it. You're going to stop me from eating pizza? And other gastrointestinal complications such as vomiting and abdominal pain. Other side effects sending people to the hospital were hypoglycemia, which is low blood sugar. When I was in college, Sigma Nu fraternity, we had a kid named Jamie Klein, German kid, had zero body fat. You could see through him. He was almost like you could see every vein, and he had hypoglycemia. He would have to eat 10 to 12 meals a day. I go down in the kitchen, true story. I got on the kitchen around 1 in the afternoon. He has 6 Campbell soup cans opened up, and he didn't even cook them. He just went like this, like they were beers. Yeah, but then you'd see him with his shirt off, and you could see his abs. You could see his internal organs. Yes, it looked like an X-ray of noodles. Anyways, that's allergic reactions and medication errors. Why should that be in there? Because the people are stupid, such as people taking more of the drug than prescribed. I shoot the shit right into the head of my cock like it's fentanyl. The CDC report found the majority of the ED visits, 80%, occurred in 2023 as the use of semaglutide medication soared. It is estimated, Dallas, that about 13% of Americans, that would be like the black population. I'm just saying numbers-wise. They don't need this shit. They live on cherry Coke and Cheetos and they're ripped. Am I right, folks? 33 million people have ever tried at least one weight loss drug. They come amid growing concern, about adverse side effects. This is what they got to do to create those. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm not saying some people have bad reactions. And yes, if you take too much of it for years, your stomach will get paralyzed. I believe all that shit. And the researchers are urging doctors to do a better job at educating patients regarding use and side effects of semaglutide. Now, if I'm the doctor, I'm going to go, first of all, I tell them about that. Second of all, it's written on the bottle. What, I got to fucking change their diapers? You motherfucker. The study did not reveal if any deaths related to the medications occurred. Well, I think if some did, you would have put it in this article. Boy, can I see right through you, like Jamie Klein. I started to get on the shit, folks, because I got up to 228. Nobody told me. I mean, people online, hey, you're getting it, whatever. Maybe a couple people. Excuse me. But not my wife. Not fucking, I don't have no friends down here. Who am I kidding? Not even Dallas said anything. I blow up slowly. And, I saw that last special. I went, holy moly. But the camera, again, worst thing you can do is have a few beers before you go on stage. It swells your face. And then the camera puts another 20 on it. But I'm like, ugh. I used to come home and I noticed I was putting sweats on. And immediately, and I'm like, this ain't fucking right. And then I heard about the shit. I started with Ozempic. Now I'm trying to get down to 180. I weighed 180. This is what I look like. Look at that stud. 180. Maybe 178. I was 21 or 22. That's the big difference. I had the metabolism of a hummingbird on crack. Now it's a beach fucking blue whale in Cape Cod. And that's why I do it. I don't burn the fucking cat. You just, metabolism slows down. Plus, you're busy when you're young. You know, fucking, you're up to 5 in the morning partying and shit, and you get up at 9 because, you know, there's more pizza in the fridge. Whatever the fuck. And you're working out. And I told Dallas, this was my diet when I looked like that. I'd go to the House of Pizza in Brighton, Mass, right next to our apartment. And I would get, at 3 o'clock every afternoon, I would get a pastrami sub, large, with mustard, cheese, and hot peppers. At 3, I would eat that, and that would be it for the day. And I did that for, I don't know, like 3 weeks. It was delicious, and it worked. I don't know. The rest of the time I was drinking. I don't know. I could never do that now. I could never. Get that out of it. Now it's fucking embarrassing. Get away from me.
Get out of here.
I know. Like Ozempic's going to take me back for 30 decades. Hey, folks, I'm doing some stand-up comedy. It's this month already. Jesus, here comes the day. What's today? 1st or 2nd?
1st of May.
It's the 1st of May. In 14 days, May 15th and the 16th, that's a Thursday and Friday night, one show each night. I'll be at Zanies, Rosemont, Illinois. That's May 15th and 16th. Great club. Been there many times. If you want to support the show and get some merch, we have a lot of great stuff for you. My wife worked very hard on she wears different stuff every day in the house. I'm like, where's mine? The fuck? Anyways, we got hats. You see that? We got hats. We got baseball hats, baseball shirts, T-shirts, micro skirts, belly shirts, and pumps. You know the shoes? We got pumps with the little logo on the back. Anyways, buy something at nickdip.com. You guys can watch full episodes of my show and Steven Crowder, Louder with Crowder, and all exclusive Rumble premium content. You can do that ad-free with one subscription. So join Rumble Premium by clicking the link in the description below. And that's $10. No, it isn't. They're done with that, right? Yeah. Anyways, there was a sale. But it'd be worthwhile. You're going to get a bunch of guys who are heavy hitters on the internet and think like us. So do yourself a favor. I never meant that I don't want this Wagovy in neighborhoods with children. I can't remember the rest of it.
Hi, good night, everybody.